Hello my squidlings, it is Katie here, and today I'm going to be unboxing the second Peerless watercolor box. I believe this one's for August. I'm honestly not sure, their month system was kind of weird. Last time they said it was June, but I think this one is August, but there is also July, I don't know. But anyway, this is the box I got in August, and I'm very excited to open it up as I usually am, but I'm even more excited because this one's watercolor, so if you want, come stay for the video, find out what's inside, and we'll make an illustration together. Alright, so first off we've got a little print of You've Got This. This is really cool. I wonder if they are planning on talking about the artist. So they have this little card here and it says, scan me with your phone. So basically you scan this and you find out the items that are inside. I'm going to go over them and I'll look at that later. The first thing I'm noticing compared to the other box is the paper is different, but that's cool. So we have another little sketchbook, and this one is Butterfly Wing Blue. I don't remember if the other one had the butterfly wing thing. We've got another 16 sheets in here, and this time in this box I plan on using this. Next up we have what seems to be a single. We've got Gold Transparent Metallic. That's, whoa, that's gorgeous. So this is gonna be very, very pretty, at least I hope so. Next up, we've got a pack of Perma-Writer black permanent marker pens, extra fine, medium, and large. We've also got a business card and a sticker from one of my favorite YouTubers, Arlisha Yeetzer. She's Arlie Bean here on YouTube, and I love her work so incredibly much. So that's actually really cool that they included one of her stickers. And then we actually have a set. This is their bonus pack, and it has a lot of colors. I'm not actually sure. I have seen a couple already of duplicates from last time, and that's totally okay. But they do have that butterfly wing blue in here. That's a really pretty color on this book. So anyway, there are a lot of colors. I think this has 40, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and we are missing one thing. So the last item in here is a paintbrush. It is a number 8 round. You can get a better look at that. NB38 Silverado by Yasutomo. Interesting. I'm very excited to see how this performs. And then the paper this time is actually their logo, and it just says Peerless Water or PeerlessColorLabs.com. If you want to buy anything, that's their website. So I'm going to scan this with my phone really quick, and I'll talk about what the results were. So the box art was actually designed by Joyful Melly Designs. That is so cool. And it goes over all of the items that were in the box. But yeah, so this box is a little lighter than last time, but I think it's just as cool if you ask me. I will be doing some swatches really soon, so let's get to that. Alright, because I feel like I let a lot of you down last time, I'm actually going to be using the paper included, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And this is some really gorgeous paper. I'm not sure if it's Arches or maybe the Fabriano. I'm honestly not sure what specific paper they use in this one, but it is very nice. We're going to be swatching out the bonus pack, this gold transparent. I'm going to be putting this sticker in the sketchbook, or maybe on the sketchbook. I don't know. We're going to be swatching out the pens. I'm going to do the pens first. So they're pretty standard pens if you ask me. So we're just gonna swatch them out here on the first page. I'm gonna start out with the smaller one. So this is alright, so this is the Yasutomo Perma-Writer. It's a pretty nice pen. It smells like alcohol, so they are alcohol based, I guess. Draw a cute little squid. Then we've got the 05, so that was the 01. This one is the 05. It's significantly thicker. And then we have the 07, which should be a lot bigger. And it does not disappoint. Honestly, I see the difference, but it's not a lot more than, not as much as I was expecting. So, there are the Perma Riders. And then I'm gonna do the gold transparent metallic. I'm honestly excited for this. On their website, they don't have this one, so I think it might be new. I don't want too much water, but I wanted enough to pick. I'm kind of learning how to use these because I think I used them wrong in my last one, so it's gonna pick up a little bit here. Oh, it's so pretty. I believe it's supposed to be transparent, so it's just to add like a little bit of gold. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can see that, but it is just like the perfect little touch of gold. Alright, I don't want to transfer this everywhere because it seems to be quite glittery. So I am going to put it back in its little sleeve for now. I just threw it off my desk. Whoops. Alright, now we're going to test out this bonus pack, and there's a lot of colors. These, I think, are all labeled. They have a labeled version and an unlabeled version. I'm dropping them. I expect nothing less, though. That's kind of my thing. I drop everything. Alright. So I'm going to lay these face down over here to the side. You can't see them quite yet because I am really zoomed in. And they actually have a little bit of history on here, which I think is kind of cool. And of course they have all the color names as well. Just gonna pick them up and swatch them out. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Alright, I don't want too much water, but I don't want too little water. It's a game you play. Alright. So we're gonna just start over here. Just gonna make tiny little swatches. I may speed some of this up just because I'm literally just swatching them out. I'm not doing anything, and I probably won't be talking. So yeah, let's just speed this up. Alright, so I did a little doodling in here earlier before I decided on something. I did some sketches, and then I decided on this piece right here. It's really light because I lightened it up, but I'm going to pick the colors now, so I'm going to be referencing this page right here. So I'm going to clip it back so I can actually see the pages. So I don't actually have these labeled, but I have them in the same order that they're in here. So I just kind of memorized that. So I really like this pink color here. So I'm going to grab that one. It is Arbutus Pink. I've already kind of been using that one. I really like it. I also really like this greeny blue color. So we're gonna find whatever that one is. It is Robin's Egg Blue. And then I'm trying to think. I kind of want a middle color to kind of bridge the gap between those two. So I could either go like a yellow route, or I could go like a purple. I think I like the yellow idea, so I don't know what yellow. Oof, so many pretty ones. Kind of really like this one, so I think it's Gamboge. No, it is not. It is Marigold. So we're gonna go for Marigold. All right. I'm keeping this a super limited palette. I know I have 40 colors. Why are you keeping it a limited palette? Because I like painting with a limited palette. So to keep this open, I'm going to clip one side, and then I'm going to use some tape to tape it down. The one problem I have with these paints is that they get everywhere. Oh well. I feel like as soon as I touch them, they're everywhere. Also, look at this washi tape. Isn't it cute? Why won't you focus, camera? It's so cute. So I'm just gonna tape the edges here. Alright, edges are taped. Now I am going to cut out some of this washi tape because it went over the boot. That actually worked a lot better than I thought it would because I'm really bad at cutting out things with a X-Acto knife. I'm just gonna fold this tape under so it's not in my way. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna paint and I'm really excited. So let's zoom in a little bit and I'm going to grab my ceramic palette here. Alright, so I am just going to grab a water brush and a paper towel. And that's pretty much the most supplies that I will need. So the idea with this is she's going to be holding a watermelon umbrella. Again, back to the Patreon theme I've got going on this month. If you're interested in getting some fruity rewards, I will have a link on the screen as well as a link in the description. I've been making like prints and stickers and stuff of this stuff, and I'm just really excited. So I'm also going to use this side to swatch. Ooh, that is a really pretty color. It does not show up as vibrant on the camera as it does in real life, but that's okay. So I am going to I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to paint some paper. Now, since this is going to be a watermelon umbrella, I'm going to leave the edges blank because I'm going to be going in with green, and I don't really want a green and a pink mixing. Green and red, whatever. But I'm really excited for this. I also have been loving watermelon lately, both drawing and eating. I love watermelon. It's one of my favorite things. It's so tasty. Alright, so now that that is down, there's one thing I didn't even think about, and actually, hold on, let me test something out really quick. Okay, well, that was a good experiment. I'm going to dab in some little watermelon seeds just to kind of let them do their thing. I actually just mixed the green in. It makes actually this really lovely purple. So, yeah. I'm just going to let them dry whatever way they want. And then I'm going to go in with this. It's not even really a green, it's like a blue-green, but I really like it, and I think it'll look nice for the rind of the umbrella. So I'm literally just painting the edges of this umbrella. I want an umbrella that looks like this. So, yeah, I know a lot of you had asked me to go ahead and use this specific paper that comes with the palette, and I kind of wish I did last time. Last time I was trying to cut corners in a way, and I was trying to just do things in a hurry because I already had something else ready to go, and I really wish I hadn't have done that. Not that I think the piece turned out bad by any stretch, but personally, I just wish I hadn't done it this way to begin with because I really like this. So I really, really want her to have some really fun like socks. So I think I'm going to make them striped. And I'm going to make them striped with just the watermelon colors. I'm going to go straight in and just throw some paint in. It's really warm in my art studio, so I feel like the paint dries really fast. But yeah, I'm gonna do a pattern of the pink, white, and green. So pink, white, green, and then I think a little green will be showing right here. And then I'm going to do the same pattern, but I'm going to offset it a little bit for this sock. Just so we can get some differences in tone there. Grab the pink and hope that this is dry. It's a lot of paint on my brush. Alright. There we go. Ah, this is gonna be so cute. Oh, I guess this one would be pink too, huh? There we go. And then I have no idea what color boots I want, if I'm honest here. Also, I think I had a little pink on my brush when I did this rind, so it's not very blue-green. I might go back over this just to brighten it up a little bit. And then I'll let that dry a little bit more before I decide to add any more to it. I didn't even think about a skin tone. I guess I've got yellow here and I've got pink. I can just make a nice little orange and bam, skin tone, easy peasy. Not that you can see any of this on screen. I can use this to swatch. All right, I'm just gonna go right in. Oh, I didn't let that dry. That wasn't smart. She says as she goes right back in. Also, I was going to add more yellow to this piece. I literally pulled out the yellow for the sake of that, and I kind of forgot. So we're gonna make her boots a really awesome yellow color. I also need to add water to my water brush because I'm pretty sure it just ran out. That's okay, it happens. Happens a lot actually. I'm just gonna paint the bottoms of those. And I think to offset it, I'm also gonna color her hair yellow. Yeah, I'll just do her hair yellow. And just kind of dab it. I'm being really loose with my watercolor, so I'm trying to just go with the flow and just have a good time. Alright. And then her eyes. Actually, I'm going to use that purple mix that I have with the pink and the green. And I'm actually going to just use that for her eye color, because I think it's really pretty, so. Alright, now that I have the base layers down and it doesn't look so great, I'm gonna let this dry and then I'm gonna come back. And after that, I am going to add some detail. Alright, so I'm gonna go in and kind of tighten up some of these lines that I've already made. And I'm using a mix of the pink and the green, just so, number one, it's more cohesive across the piece, and number two, because it makes a really nice color. And then, really quickly, I'm going to try to blend this out before it dries, which I already think it did. Ugh, curse you! Why do you dry so fast? Honestly, it could be a mix of pretty much anything. Paper, water, ratio, how warm it is in my studio. So I'm not super worried about it. Trying to blend out some of this. I think I'm gonna have to do both sides if I'm honest, because right now it looks really strange. I just really muddied that up. Let's see if I can't lift some of this. Yeah, because I'm not digging that. I think I'm just gonna go over with another wash of the pink to make it a little bit more less muddy, if you will. And just kind of deal with that. Oh well, the nice thing is I can fix it, so I'm not super upset about it. It's a little darker than I initially wanted it, but I kind of messed it up, so that's okay. To do the shading for the boots down here, I guess that's probably the next place I should move to. I need to decide where my light source is. I guess I'll just put it coming from the right, so I will put all the shadows on the left. I'm just gonna kind of throw in some shadows. Wipe off my brush and then try to blend them out. And then go back over it and do the same thing, because it's probably dry by now. And if not, it'll blend into it, which I think is pretty nifty. It's one of the things I love about watercolor, is how self-blending they are. Alright. I am going to add a little bit of this gray, or it's not even really a gray, it's like purple, to the socks over here as a shadow. I'll pick up some of that water. But I just want it to be a little shadowed, just because the socks should be in shadow, right? And I'm also noticing it's picking up the paint, so I'll have to go back over that. I'm gonna take the same orange, and I'm actually going to color her hair with it as the shadow color. I'm just being really loose with it because I found that's really how I enjoy doing art. It's just really loosely and not worried too much about certain stuff, so I'm just kind of popping in those shadows where I feel like they need it. Dab up some of this excess paint. And I kind of want it to blend a little bit. I'm gonna have to go over some of these edges as well with yeah, with white. That's okay. I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to get these shadows to work for me. I feel like I'm actually doing it backwards. So the edges would normally be in more shadow than the middle. So I need to do this. There we go. That looks a lot better. In the grand scheme of things, my brain apparently was working backwards today. And just like with the yeah, with the leggings, I'm going to, or not leggings, but socks, I'm gonna have to go back over this green because I am using the purple and it's washing it out a lot, which is okay. Now that that is kind of in shadow, I definitely could have used darker colors. I'm gonna go over the socks a little bit because they've dried. I'm just gonna use darker color on some of these areas that faded off, just to give the illusion that they're darker. That was a lot of extra pigment. It's okay though. And since we're here with the purple, I'm gonna go ahead and darken up her eyes a little bit. Alright, I've gotta let this dry before I can do any more, or else I risk messing it up even more, so I'll be back. Time to hopefully remedy some of this situation here. Going to initially try to get some of these greens to come back. I think that's my big goal right now. I was a little too messy when painting. Alright, now I'm going to try again to add a little bit of shading to this. I might just leave it as lines. I think that might be the best course of action here. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's what I'm leaving it at for the time being. I want to add a few little seeds in here because the other ones got washed away. I'm just kind of dabbing my paintbrush. And then I'm going to make this dot in the center a lot more prominent, just so you can tell what it is. I think I'm just going to leave the shading the way it is. I like it, and it's very simple, and that's totally fine with me. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of just kind of like a shade just to the pink part, because I feel like the green part is dark enough. And I'm not going to try blending it out or anything. I'm just going to make like little C's to make like this shadow kind of believable that it's part of an umbrella. And then I'm going to try to blend just a little bit, not a lot. And then I'm gonna call that quits as far as that. Alright, time to cool off those paints, and I'm going to actually do some line art. So I'm gonna start with the eyes here. Let's probably my favorite place to start whenever I'm line arting something. I'm just kinda just going in with the finest one that I've got. Then I'm just gonna start lining the hair. I'm using the finer tips on this part because it's a lot smaller than the rest of it, if that makes sense. Like, it's, the hair isn't very thick, like, and if I were to put very thick lines it would look very strange, so. But I'm just being really loose with my lines and just, again, having fun with it. I've been really into just letting my arm and brain just shut off and play around. It's been a great time. You should try it if you haven't. Just now noticing I actually didn't give her any like eyebrow color, so they're just gonna be black. Maybe her hair is dyed. Or maybe not, maybe she just has black hair. Alright, so I am going to swap it up from the 01 to the 07 for the umbrella. I want the umbrella to stand out, so I want it to be lined a lot more thickly. And if some of the watercolor is outside of the lines here, I really don't mind. In a way, I kind of like that look of the watercolor being outside the lines. Maybe I'm weird. And then for her legs, you know what, I want to keep her lines thin, so for her legs, I'm just going to go over it with the 01. And I'm just using really like scratchy lines. I'm not being super precise with it. And then after I peel off the tape, I'll go over the other lines down here. And I think I'm gonna make the not leg lines, the sock lines really thick as well, because again, I kind of want those to stand out a little bit. And then I'll go over those in a minute. So I'm gonna go in with the 05 and line these socks. I think I'm just gonna go over the entirety of the sock. Make that a little bolder. There we go. I probably should have stuck with the thin lines, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to line the umbrella really quick. This is all I'm gonna do for the line art for the umbrella, so I'm just quickly throwing them in. And then, you know me, there are two things I can't live without. One is background wash, and the other one is a gel pen. So I'm gonna go in with a gel pen. I'm going to use my 05 on her eyes because it's really tiny. This is a jelly roll pen, if you were curious. I swap between the Signo and the jelly roll. And I didn't really do a lot to, like, shade her face, but it's whatever to me. And then I'm gonna take this Kaatydid pen for the seeds, and I'm just gonna kind of dot some of these seeds. Not all of them, but I just want to like give the illusion of like seed shine. Just kind of picking my favorites, I guess, and seeing where it would look good to have like a little shine. And then I'm just gonna add like some little white lines for the rind. And then I'll probably go over, actually I'm definitely gonna go over just adding in a little bit of that white back that was initially there, because that left the building a long time ago. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is go back over these lines when I'm done. And then I'm gonna scribble in some little whites for the rind, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, and then I'm gonna do like a background wash while I wait for that white to dry. You know what? I'm gonna bring that pink back in because it got really dulled down, I think. So I just want to bring it back in. Now, I'm not gonna do like a full on just like straight wash. I just kind of want to throw in some paint here and there. So one of my favorite types of washes to do is just kind of throw some paint in. But yeah, this is what the pink was supposed to look like. And you know what? I might drop in some of this green. See if I can get it to move around a little bit. This looks a lot better than I thought it would, especially after all the blunders that it undertook. But yeah, it's not like my best piece of artwork, but you know what? Yeah, it was a fun piece of artwork. So I'm gonna finish up these boots right here. I should probably eventually practice, you know, like actual boots, but we're just gonna kind of scribble this in. And then yeah, I'm actually pretty satisfied with this piece. It was fun and I had a lot of fun doing it, so. So here is a look at the piece. We had some blunders, but that's okay. It was a really fun piece to work with and I had fun. So again, if you drew anything along with me, tag me using the hashtag squidoodling with Katie. I would absolutely love to see it. I hope you enjoyed your time hanging out with me because I had fun hanging out with you. And yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe and happy and healthy. I hope you have a squidoodly awesome day, and until next time, my adorable squidlings, toodaloo!